go to Italy. Alberto, please.
Hi.
Hi, good to see you. Ciao. So
Ciao.
share your screen and tell us about, well, actually, you're the ones on the planet that I know of most recently created your own constellation. I think
Yes.
that's really cool. That's really cool. So,
Okay.
so I see your screen, so I'm presentation mode as well.
Okay.
Perfect. You're ready to go. Take it away.
Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alberto Guglielmone. I'm the head of marketing and business development of Apogeo Space. Apogeo Space is an Italian company that is building the first private Italian picosatellites constellation. Picosatellites meaning small satellites, 10 by 10 by 3, like I would say an Apple TV size, if I may give you some sizing. These satellites, this first batch has been launched last week, actually, from SpaceX Vandenberg spaceport in California. And they've been deployed yesterday, actually. They are now running to get the orbits. The experience of the company comes from the founders that started 4 to 5 years ago by pitching some ESA and ASI, the Italian Space Agency, projects. Then they launched 2 demonstrators, Phase 1 and Phase 2. And now we came to the first constellation. The constellation provides connectivity for IoT. You know that IoT is booming, and according to research like Statista, for instance, they foresee 30 billion of IoT devices by 2030. And I mean, there are lots of figures, lots of numbers around this growth of the market. And so we kept this one, but I'm pretty sure that there are others even more optimistic on that. So the connectivity we provide is basically used in different fields, agri-tech, oil and gas, maritime, water infrastructures, research and livestock. But this is just some examples. I can name it even more. We started having some collaboration agreement for beta testing in different of these sectors with companies here in Italy and one in Greece to start doing some use cases with this in all these different verticals. So what is the main problem that connectivity from LEO sat orbit provides? The fact that obviously it covers remote location there is no other kind of connection or stability of connections. In Europe, we are quite used in having no problems in changing operators between one country to another. But, you know, in other places of the world and in general, there are cross-border operations to be, they're not so easy to cope with. And then, of course, some companies need to have some private and secure data in order to be completely completely aware of the situation with their own infrastructure. So our constellation, as I said, is made by 9 satellites now. The projects are to launch every 3-4 months other batches of 9 satellites each in order to reach for 2027 a total constellation of 86 satellites. The reason why we are launching these satellites is not because of the coverage, because basically even one satellite itself, it's enough to cover globally. But the reason why we are sending 9 is because we want to have a continuing provision of the service, because of course the more satellites you have, the more is stretching the revisit time, and it goes up to real time actually. So how does it work? When the satellite is on your head, and then it takes the signal from a modem, from a transmitter, then it stores this information, and then it releases after few seconds, few minutes, or depending on the orbit, to a ground station, our ground station. We do have 4 around the world. These 4 ground stations, the moment they receive the signal, the moment they receive the message, the packet, they put it on cloud, and from that moment, the data is available for the final customers. So what differentiates our technology from the other? By the way, we do work in a LoRa modulation system, but we do have our proprietary technology, which is not LoRaWAN, then it's our proprietary. And basically this works with any kind of modem and transmitters you can find easily on the market. So our advantages, our USPs, is the fact that you don't have to work in a closed system, but it's pretty much open source. You can buy these transmitters on Mouser, or even you can find it on the market at a very low cost. So again, made in Italy is something, it's a concept that basically it's more tangible in other segments, but we can even claim for space. All the companies working to this project are based in Italy. We do have our TVAC and clean room here in Brescia. Italy is the largest supply chain in Europe for LEO sat, for small sat. And then, of course, all these other points we're pretty happy to add. So we are starting. Magnus, you were asking me what is the, let's say, even from the commercial point of view, I'm doing business development, so I'm pretty keen on talking about that. We start with the world first freemium pricing plan, meaning that we do offer 2 messages a day per device. You start paying from the 3rd, and you pay 1 cent euro per message. You have 10 devices free, you start paying from the 11th, and you pay almost €1 a month per device. So we made a comparison with other satellite providers, satellite constellation, and we saw that over a period of 5 years, the total cost of ownership, meaning hardware plus software plus connectivity, it's quite in our favor compared to other constellation. The size, the payload of the message is quite small. It's 10 bytes, without considering in these 10 bytes the ID stamp and the transmission receivers. But in 10 bytes, you can do a lot. You can have a lot of information, like you see here some of them: the temperature, humidity, the location on the GPS coordinates, pressure, alarm. So it depends on the verticals you're working in. Some examples, for instance, we have done some use cases in wildfire detection, in soil monitoring, and environmental mainly. So as I was saying before, this is the project. From the financial point of view, in last year we've been financed by Primo Space. Primo Space is the first and largest Italian venture capital for space business. And as I was saying before, our plans is to launch batches of 9 satellites every 3 to 4 months in order to achieve 86 satellites constellation in 2027. I was saying before that we do have some use cases. One is with fire monitoring in forest. like to track the CO2 in the atmosphere. Then we had some other experiences with monitoring the size and the movement of the glaciers on the mountains. Industrial and oil and gas is also other fields of application that could be retrieved in case of industrial with the gateway system. So you can talk with the gateway to our satellites. Maritime transportation, but in general, transportation and logistics is one of the verticals we are targeting, because you know the tracking of the goods, of the cargoes, are pretty much important. Not only on sea, but also on land, and so railways and trucks. And definitely agri-tech, which is the most, at the moment, the most, let's say, requested because of the, well, obviously in Italy, but not, I guess not only in Italy, but because of there is a lot to track. There is a lot to, let's say, a lot of information that the soil, that the humidity, and that the cultivation need to achieve. That's it, basically. I will be more than happy to get questions and to provide all other informations.
You'll
If
have
they
it.
are not technical, because I don't have a technical background, I must admit.
It's perfect. Very, very good. Very, very interesting. Let me just say that, you know, I'm a low power wide area network fan since day one. I did my first training at SIGFOC 2013. And I love this. This is a very, very interesting opportunity, I think. We have questions for you already to respond to. Let's see. Will Apogeo stay proprietary or move towards 3GPP NTN compliance?
Well, basically, at the moment we do, well, we just launched, so at least we want to see our proprietary technology is working. So it's pretty much too much in advance to say if we want to achieve others areas, or we want to foster a little bit more our technology.
Great. We have another on kind of the same topic. Can we use our standard LoRaWAN modems with just your software stack? Will you move to the newer satellite optimized LoRaWAN? Frequency, well, 86.8 S-band, sort of need, blah, blah. There's a lot of questions here. So that's a similar, and I know where it comes from. So it's somebody you should talk to afterwards, I guess. But can you comment on that?
Yeah, as I said before, every modem which is able to speak in a LoRa modulation, it's working with our system, not LoRaWAN, because we do have a different frequency. We work on 169 frequency, and so not LoRaWAN.
Okay, and we have a third question here. Does the 10-byte message contain unique device identifier?
No, that's outside.
Yeah, this is the payload. Great,
yeah.
Super. You will be, you know, bombarded with questions afterwards, I'm sure. So because we will provide your contact details to the audience.
You can see it here anyway.
And good luck onwards. And I'm so happy to know somebody who just sent 9 satellites to the planet. Thank you so much.